it's bonus time. Block number 36 is the bonus block. And this is just because my mob that I wanted to win, even though I couldn't vote because I don't play, it won. The Sniffer won. So in honor of the Sniffer, we did a bonus block for him. And there wasn't a whole lot of images online to go by. So it was like, let's see how to do this. So to me, he looks like he is a cross between a turtle and a dog. And I'm looking at the image and I'm like, if he's supposed to be a sniffer because he sniffs things out, where's his nose? Well, then I see a different angle of him and I'm like, oh, I get it. That is his nose. His eyes are on the sides of his head, like a chicken. They have to turn their head to see you. So the spots on the front of its face up in here, that is his big nose, and then his very wide, shovel-type mouth. So it was interesting to figure out how to do this little guy. So the Sniffer was the player's choice in the vote for the Minecraft Live 2022. They call it a mob vote. So he is an extinct, or what was believed to be an extinct mob. So you can bring him back to life by hatching one of the eggs, but you have to go dive somewhere and find a chest that contains the egg in order to bring it back to dry land and hatch the egg. And then when it grows up, it will be able to sniff out and find ancient seeds for plants that no longer exist. And you'll have some new plants in your Minecraft. So the yarn that I use for this project is Premier, their Basics collection. It is a budget yarn, and it is reasonably priced and feels reasonably decent for a budget yarn. I am using a 6mm crochet hook and my 8x8 graph. So on this block, I used a combination of the Premier yarns and one color of I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. So the colors that I used, the Hobby Lobby was terracotta. So for the Premier line, it's yellow, which their technical color name is lemon, maize, goldenrod, toffee, and fern green. The stitches that you need to know to do this project are chain stitch, single crochet in the back bump of the chain stitch, a regular single crochet, a bobble stitch, which is 5 double crochets together followed by a single crochet, and when you do the border around the block, single crochet, chain stitches, and double crochets. So for those of you who are new to this project, or just need a refresher on how to do any of those mentioned stitches, this next section is for you. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is make a slip knot. Each one of the graphs, you will chain 16 plus 1 for a turning chain, so a total of 17. You will then turn and do a single crochet into the back bump. In 16 of the chains, you're going to skip the first one. You will back bump, single crochet all the way across till you reach the end of the row. And when you get there, you should have 16. Okay, so I have 16. It should look like this. Both sides look nice. Makes it easier for when you add the border. So for the first bobble row, you will chain 3. Turn your work. And we're going to do 4 double crochets, incomplete double crochets, into the same stitch that our chain stitch attaches to. So you yarn over, go through the stitch, pull your yarn through and go through 2 loops, leaving one on your hook. You now have 2. Yarn over, go through that same stitch, pull your yarn through, go through 2 loops. You now have 3. So you can do that 2 more times. We now have 4. So we need 1 more. And that makes 4. Okay, so we have a total of 5 loops because of our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. And the very next stitch, you do a single crochet. That single crochet is what gives you the nice pop-out bobble. That makes our pixel or our bit. So each bobble stitch after the first one in every row, you do 5 double crochets together, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to do that for a total of 5 times. So that was 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. You had 6 on your hook because you had 1 loop remaining from the single crochet. Then you follow that up with a single crochet. And then repeat that for the next bobble. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. This is 3 and 4 and 5. See how we have 6 loops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over and go through all 6. And follow that with a single crochet. And see how our pixels are popping out? Okay, so you will do that all the way to the end of the row. When you get to the end of the row, your very last stitch is a single crochet. And it should look like this, with 8 bobbles. Yes, it's going to curl up at first. As your work moves along and it grows, it flattens itself back out. So for the next row, which is the beginning of row 2, we do a single crochet, turn our work, and then we're going to place a single crochet in each stitch. When you do above the bobble, make sure you're only getting those top 2. Don't work down into this. You're going to put a single crochet into the single crochet and a single crochet into the top of the bobble all the way across. And when you make it to the end, you should have a total of 16 single crochets. So it should look like this. A row of single crochet all the way across. Then you will, for your next bobble row, you will chain 3, turn your work, and do the 4 incomplete double crochets into the first stitch. The first stitch meaning the same stitch that your chain 3 is connected to. Pull through all 5 loops and follow up with a single crochet. So when you get to the part where you're going to do a color change, you want to do it in the single crochet. So pull your working yarn forward. Bring in your new color, leaving a nice tail so you can work it in. And you're going to complete that single crochet with the new color. And, pull it snug, not super tight, but pull it down snug. And we're going to work over top of those. So we do a bobble because our color change was in the single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through them all, and a single crochet into the next stitch. Now this particular one has 2 of the black bobbles, so do the second one. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through all 6, go to do my single. Now I need to go back to my other color, and I carried it with me. I don't always carry it with me, but these are such a small surface that when I only have 1 or 2 blocks of one color, I will carry the color with me if that is what comes next. Okay, so I'm going to pull my black forward, bring up my other color, complete the stitch with that, and we're going to tighten it down. You know, just make it a little snug. And then we go right into the bobble stitch. Single crochet. Okay, so that looks nice and clean from the front side. Oh, I didn't bring my scissors with me. Okay, so I'm just going to let that fall forward there and move on to my next bobble. Okay, so depending on which pattern you're working on, you're starting to see it take shape. You will continue this process for all 8 rows, and then we will come back for the border. Okay, once you've completed your block, you want to put a border around it. Each of the blocks will have a border just to make them easier to sew together. So you're going to start wherever you would like. And some people like to start in corners, some people like to start on the actual edge of it itself. So you're going to single crochet into each stitch across the top. And each stitch across the bottom. When you get to the corner, it is a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet into the same space, chain 2. We're going to work past the bobble and into the stitch where the bobble and the single crochet meet on the side. Sometimes it can be tough like that one was. Okay, chain 2, skip over the bobble and come into that single crochet. That one was a little easier. Chain 2, skip over the bobble, go into the single crochet. So that is how you handle both sides. And the corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Across the bottom and the top is just simply a single crochet into each stitch. The second round of the border is double crochet in each stitch across the top. Okay, the corner gets 5 double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you come down the sides where you did the chain 2 gets 2 double crochets, and the single crochet gets 1 double crochet. So 2 double crochets into each chain 2 space and 1 double crochet into the single crochets. So you will work that all the way around, the top and bottom, 1 double crochet in each stitch, all 4 corners, 5 double crochets, and the bobble sides where the chain 2s are, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet into the single crochet. And once you complete that second round, your block border is complete. So it's 1 round of the singles and chain 2s and 1 round of double crochets. And it looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. Not so bad. So with this bonus block, we have 36 different mob heads. And again, you can make whichever ones you want. You can have duplicates. You can change the color like the mushroom cow. If you take it from red to brown, you got a regular cow. The sheep, they have dyed sheep. So you can take the white part and do it like pink or blue or whatever. And then you have dyed sheep. So there's different things that you can do with the different blocks. You know, like the bee, I have 3 different colors of yellow. I could do a lemon bee, I could do a maize bee, and I could do a goldenrod bee if I wanted to. You know, it's completely up to you. So if you are ready to see the Sniffer in all his glory, I did my best. So here he is. So when you look at him, the red, or not red, the reddish brown, it's a rust color, but they call it terracotta. That would be like if you were seeing pieces of his body, because it's reddish brown, and then right around the edges of it, it has some green, like it has plants growing on it. And then this is the front of his face because the eyes are on the side of his head. So this part here, that's his nose, and that's his, like, the opening of his shovel-type mouth that he digs with. So I think he turned out pretty darn good. This is how the back looks. This is how he looks when he lays flat. It's the Sniffer. I'm so excited that he was voted in. I just thought he was the cutest little thing on their little, what do you call it, video demo of the different mobs that were going to be in it. He's just sweet looking. So, you will be able to find the link to that graph for the Sniffer in the description down below, as well as all the other links and videos to the other 35 different blocks that are in this blanket. They are also found in the description down below. And the next video in this series is going to be how we stitch it together. So, to see how we stitch it together, you click on this box right here.